it's Rowlands. I'm a nutritional balancing practitioner, and in this video I'm going to address the top 10 things to do to ground yourself. Now, you probably notice that a lot of my videos are quite long, over 20 to 30 minutes. So what I'm trying to do with some of my videos is kind of condense them into shorter snippets for people that, are probably ungrounded, struggling to watch, trying to do too many things at once. So if you want more information on grounding, then I have a video on the importance of grounding, which is a longer video. It's around 30 minutes, which I'll pop in the description below. So number one, sleep. Try and get to bed early. I personally struggle with getting to bed early even now, but I can show you now if you can get to bed for like 9-10 p.m. that is really, really good. The longer you can sleep, the better, because sleep, one good way of talking about grounding is talking about yin and yang. Yin is expanded, chaotic, cold, and yang is the opposite, downwards, grounding, earth, dense, hot. So yin is activity and doing things, yang is rest and sleep and relaxation. So the more that you can rest and sleep, the more grounded that you'll begin to feel. Number two, get out in nature. Nature is our home. Nature is what God created for us to live in, and therefore it has the perfect dynamics and environment for us to feel good and grounded. Getting out in nature and putting your feet on the ground is an excellent way to connect to the earth. Negative ions can move into your body, and energy can move downwards. Electrical energy can move in between you and the earth, which is really important. It also allows the feet to get a little bit of massage, so massage the feet as well, a little bit of reflexology, because that allows the body and the body's energy to get down and grounded and be focused more on the earth, and that really, really helps with grounding. Number three, deep breathing. The breath is an amazing tool that you can use to ground yourself. One excellent thing is that the breath always overcomes the ego. So basically what that means is when the mind is running, one excellent way of stopping the mind is to have long, deep breaths. So improving oxygenation and taking long, deep breaths is a really good way of just really filling the mind with oxygen, but also stopping the ego, because the ego cannot fight the breath. It's a really interesting thing to work with, especially people that are suffering from panic attacks, super ungrounded. If they actually control the breath, they'll find that their panic attacks will stop and their mind will stop as well. So that's an excellent way of helping yourself become more grounded, is by doing some deep breaths. You can combine them together with a lot of these that I talk about. So you can combine deep breathing with saunas or coffee enemas, which I'll talk about next. So number four, sauna therapy. Sauna therapy that we recommend, near infrared saunas. You don't have to buy a sauna, you can just buy the lamps online and shine them on you. The near-infrared sauna uses a reddish, orangish, yellowish light, which is yang, which is lower down on the light spectrum, which means that it kind of brings this deep grounded energy to you. It's also hot as well, which is yang, so that creates this downwards moving energy. It makes you feel more rested, it makes you feel more yang. And it also does many other amazing things as well, like detoxification, improved circulation, which also helps you to feel more grounded as well if you're not got toxins inside of you, which causes this chaotic body, really. Like toxic metals by themselves are yang, but when they go into the body it causes chaos, which is yin, so it causes a yin body. Where are we at? Number five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coffee enemas. So coffee enemas are part of the nutrition balancing program. The coffee bean is, if you notice, is quite dark, quite black. So it's a really good way of distinguishing often yin and yang. It's not like the best way of doing it, but coconuts, for example, super white, super yin. Lemons, yellow and white, and sugary and watery, all that kind of stuff. Whereas darker things tend to be more yang. So detoxifying the liver, having a coffee enema down near your root chakra and your second energy chakra is very, very good for pulling energy down, making a person feel more grounded. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should have put numbers on here. Sexuality. So having strong sexual beliefs is actually very grounding. Having a lot of sex or thinking about sex is quite ungrounding, believe it or not. And it's quite yin. It can cause confusion. It can cause problems in the first and second energy center. Whenever you have sex or any sort of sexual intercourse or sexual encounter, it pushes energy upwards and can cause a spaciness and an ungrounded feeling. A lot of people that have had quite a fruitful sexual life often will have problems with their first and second energy centers. So it's really important to get some good grounded rules about your ideas around sex and sexual encounters, because it can really unground you, which is obviously, not what we want. Obviously I can speak about this in much more depth. Obviously if you want to start a nutrition balancing program with me, which I can talk about afterwards, but all of these points I'm talking about now are just little snippets of something way, way, way bigger. But as I say, I'm just trying to get as much information out into a smaller section for you guys out there that like to watch smaller videos. Number 7, diet. So in a nutrition balancing program, the way that we ground people through diet is primarily through yang cooking techniques and yang foods. So for example, root vegetables, which are in the earth and down, are much more yang. We cook food, which is hot, often in a pressure cooker, which makes things more yang. We stay away from things like fruit, which makes people too yin these days. Even fermented foods, which is quite yin. Some nuts that grow high up are also yin as well. So meat, for example, is really good for keeping you grounded. And yeah, just thinking about darker colours. So, dark leafy greens, for example, are very, very yang. Number 8, simplify your life. People that are running around and thinking about things too much often have a chaotic life, and it's really important to just be calm, be grounded, go out into nature, feel nature's time, and just simplify your life. I was the type of person that used to run around all the time, way, way much more than I do now. And it really, really ungrounds you, because your mind is trying to think about 10 jobs at once and thinking about this person, thinking about that person, got this job to do. I was the person that had 20 tabs open on their internet bar, just going from tab to tab to tab to tab, doing different jobs and different work. And it's really, really confusing, and it's not really what humans are designed to do. So it's really good just to simplify your life, just to calm things down. You don't see nature running around like a headless chicken all the time. We're part of that symbiotic nature. Go and camp out for 10 days and feel that time, and you'll realise that how important it is to simplify your life. It doesn't mean that your life has to become boring or uneventful. It just means that you use your time wisely, and that's that really makes you feel more grounded. Number 9, live below your means in terms of money. Don't be this type of person that wants to earn more money and get loads of money and have a big career. I'm not saying it's wrong to do that, but what I'm saying is that often people that live below the means, that kind of are careful with their money, that save, often will be more grounded, because they've got that safety structure. They're not constantly trying to grasp at buying this new thing or getting this new toy. They know who they are, and they know not to buy things for the sake of it, and they have this safety barrier which makes you feel super, super grounded. And number 10, I know this is probably shouldn't be number 10, it should be number 1 in many ways, but they're all really as important as each other, and that is meditation. So there's a meditation in nutrition balancing called the pushing down exercise, and basically there's 2 main things in the pushing down exercise. The first one is that we try and get people to concentrate on the feet. So that is very grounded in itself, just concentrating on the feet. But what that does is it brings the focus back to the feet, back to the feet, back to the feet, or the hand, whatever you want. And it allows the brain to just process all the rubbish that's going on and on and on and on and on and on. And as you kind of learn to allow the mind to rest, that makes you feel more grounded. This other side of the coin for the pushing down exercise is we actually visualize energy pushing down, 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 down. You should be able to feel this energy. Some people don't in the beginning. I feel the energy. I did a video yesterday about some of the esoteric abilities that I've managed to get while I started the program. It talks about how I feel energy, which is quite fascinating. So I'm going to leave it there. Just gone over 10 minutes. Hope that's been useful for you. And thanks for watching. If you want to start a nutrition balancing program, please email me, lewis@deephealingspace.com. If you have any questions, send me an email as well. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you soon.